Sadly, throughout the world, there is little that we can celebrate when it comes to those leading folks politically. Who am I kidding? After all, it takes just about everything not to go into a rage mentioning their names. Names like Trudeau, Freeland, Biden. However, occasionally someone comes along that restores your faith in the lizards just a little bit. Today, that's Hungarian President Viktor Orban. Blaze Media ran an uplifting story Monday headlined, "Hungary refuses to embrace European Union's LGBT activism and migration policies." Now, it should come as no shock that progressive leftist Marxist governments like Trudeau's and Biden's, as well as Western European nations and all of their EU counterparts, are, to put it mildly, still perturbed about Hungary's 2021 law. A law which passed overwhelmingly in Hungary's parliament by a tally of 157 to 1. Now, that kind of bipartisanship is typically only seen when Canadian politicians are voting themselves pay raises. This 2021 law increased penalties for pedophiles, pedophiles, and prohibited LGBTQ++ propaganda from being directed and targeted at kids. So once again, kid-focused. So in retaliation now, the EU is withholding $32 billion in already allocated pandemic funding. That is, unless Hungary agrees to a few little things, like embrace the LGBTQ agenda, do away with its 2021 anti-pedophile law that was protecting kids, and of course, they need to welcome more African migrants. Now, before you claim that the Hungarian people are racist, for them, it's about culture and what it is. Hungary is a predominantly Christian nation, and a lot of the people coming from Africa are Muslims and share a different faith and a different structure altogether. So Hungary is focused on putting Hungary first. That's all. They just need to make a few little fundamental changes to their borders, language, and culture. That's all the elitists are asking for. Come on, Hungary. The billions owed to Hungary will remain blocked until Hungary fulfills all the necessary conditions, swore EU head Ursula von der Leyen. You notice that Ursula did say owed, right? She didn't deny that part. How's the blackmail thing playing out in Hungary? Well, to date, Hungarians are hanging in there and resisting the temptation to compromise with the devil for all that cash. Reminds me of the good old days, huh? Want to work, travel, dine out in Canada? No problem. Just roll up your sleeve and bingo, you're good to go. The Hungarian government is willing to reach an agreement with the Commission, but in cases where people have expressed a clear opinion, it would be undemocratic and unacceptable, explained Gergely Gulas, Orban's chief of staff. For Hungary, even despite the will of the European Commission, it is unacceptable to spread LGBTQ propaganda among children. And we also cannot abandon our position on migration issues. I thought Trudeau and his ilk championed democracy, the will of the people, or was that just when the serfs agree with him? For his part, not surprisingly, Hungarian President Viktor Orban is defiant and taking a strong stand both against illegal immigrants and LGBTQ activists. Orban indicated in a Friday radio broadcast, "The only thing we can say, very calmly, as a reply, is that there is not enough money in the world to force us to let migrants in. There is not enough money in the world for us to allow them to take away our country. We will not create conditions like we see in Western Europe states. The threat of terrorism, crime, I could go on and on. And there is not enough money in the world for which we would put our children or grandchildren in the hands of LGBTQ activists. That's impossible," added the president. Sadly, Mr. President, in Canada, it's quite the opposite. Here our leaders would gladly sell our children, freedom, morality, and Canadian sovereignty for 30 pieces of silver and a chance to lead the parade. Anyway, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me in my Rumble on my Locals account. If you haven't just subscribed to my Twitter, it's Camera612 at Twitter. And what else? Yeah, I've also put a link in the notes section to the original story, and I will see you next time.